Oh, it'll knock your hair right off, I swear. And we'll tell you why right after this. This.
Oh man!
Are you going to show the
Beth.
picture? How are we going to show the picture?
I don't know.
Should have airdropped it over, but
I don't know how we got.
Good morning, Beth.
Started
Before we came on the air, we were discussing hair.
You guys sometimes miss the best stuff that we talk about
the pregame.
And if you have a minute to Google something this morning, Google boxer's hairpiece knocked off, and then proceed to laugh. Peeled open like a can of tuna.
Oh.
You know, I just my comment was I can't imagine why you would bother going into a fight like, oh, I'm putting my hairpiece on because I'm going to go punch a few rounds with some dude.
He had a lot of. I mean, to be fair, you're not supposed to hit him in the head.
Well, that's true.
So,
really? Yeah.
Well, like you're not supposed to like
face. Yes.
Yes.
But not like
not dome. Like you're not supposed to. But I guess a glancing blow up the face.
It's gonna knock the hairpiece.
Well, just to get knocked your head back.
Yeah.
That's wild. Why would a boxer wear a hairpiece?
Well, I don't know. I'm going out on a limb here, and I don't want to really offend anybody, but why would anybody wear a hairpiece?
Let it go.
Let it go.
Yeah.
That's my
We just lost 2 loyal viewers.
I know. We lost
commented.
50% of our audience. This is all my natural hair. It's natural color, whatever's left of it.
Look, I think
Mine
God.
too.
I think God knows the ones that look good bald and those that wouldn't. I've got an ugly dome. My grandpa is always he died with hair, and I think I'm gonna die that way. Yeah, I think I'm always.
It's thick.
I mean, this is coming back. Don't get me wrong. The widow's peak's there, but
cat ears. Apparently, they call it cat ears. The kids do now.
Is that what they call it?
Yeah,
cat ears.
Which it does kind of make sense.
I don't know.
If you have darker hair, it makes sense.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
I can see it.
I mean, mine's getting way.
Well, you can see mine. That's nature's progression of hair.
But if I were bald, you would be like, "Whoa, are you an alien?" You know, like some dudes just look good with a shiny bald dome.
I'm totally committed to doing the Bruce Willis someday. If I need to.
Do it.
See that.
But both my maternal and paternal grandfathers had hair into their 80s.
Yeah.
And so did my dad. So I don't know.
You had pretty good chances then.
But you've got the good facial hair too. So if you do lose it up there, you've always got this to balance it.
To compensate with.
You don't want a bald head and a bald face, right?
Like just no.
No, you can do that. Whatever you want to do.
Oh my!
I don't know. It was just funny. So my very first church that I served in, there was this dude. I didn't know that he even had a comb over. It was that convincing.
Oh, really?
Oh.
But it wasn't from the side. It was from the back forward.
Brought it up
and then flipped it back around.
Yes. Well, no. It was like a little bit like the kids are wearing today, where it's all forward.
The kids,
you know,
yes.
The kids are all doing the forward llama look. And
the llama.
Yeah, and so but it was just really well done where it looked natural until one spring day.
Uh-oh.
He walked out of church and it was like
A big wind
came up.
Yeah.
And you're like,
looked like a peacock throwing the fan up there. It was wild.
I knew.
Yeah.
From the back.
I
think you could go to the forward and then,
style it around a bit. Yeah. But no, this was like, it was literally, it reminded me of that picture.
Yeah.
It was like a can opener with just the lid there just still hanging on. Straight up in the air.
Tommy Boy, that happens. Yeah.
Tommy Boy.
Yeah.
That's a great
David Spade, apparently.
Yes.
Speaking of classic movies, did you watch Groundhog's Day yesterday?
I didn't even have time
Tradition.
to think about it being Groundhog's Day.
I didn't get to watch it. I had kind of a crazy day yesterday too, but I did watch a little bit Sunday afternoon of Groundhog's Day in preparation. Yeah.
It's great.
One of my favorites. Yeah. Did you have a good Groundhog's Day?
Stan Tobolowsky.
So busy. Who's Stan Tobolowsky? Which one character is he?
He's the insurance salesman.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Needle Nose Ned, Ned the Head, Ned Ryerson.
Oh.
Don't tell me you don't remember me, because I sure as heck fire remember you. I bet you don't have any life insurance. Am I right or am I right or am I right?
Oh my gosh. Every time I watch that movie, I think Andie MacDowell should have been in more stuff. I liked Andie MacDowell a lot. She just wasn't in a ton of things.
She was good, yeah.
It's interesting how there's a lot of good actresses, actors, whatever, and just it hits or it doesn't hit.
Yep.
Yeah.
And, she's one of them. It could have hit. She could have been huge. She
Yeah.
didn't hit.
And maybe that was her choice. I don't know.
Could be.
I will say I don't often get worked up about celebrity deaths because I don't know them. I'm sad then when anybody dies, but it's like the Catherine O'Hara passing. Yeah. Is that how you say her name? Catherine O'Hara?
O'Hara.
Home Alone mom.
She is amazing, and that is sad. She was young. She passed away last week.
Yeah, we were talking about the same person, right?
Yeah.
Home Alone mom.
Home Alone mom.
Yeah.
Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
Along Came a Wind or whatever. All of those satire. The Schitt's Creek.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't say it.
Yeah.
You can say it because
I understand.
it's their name.
Yeah.
Which is a hilarious show.
I never watched that. I hear it's hilarious.
I watched it for a bit.
Really
the
funny.
guy on there.
He's a lot.
I'm
there is a definite wokeness to it, but I just ignore it because they are such.
There's some
Eugene
funny in there.
Levy is funny.
It is comic genius.
Eugene
Okay.
Levy
Yes,
is,
she's Moira in that. Catherine is Moira in that show, and she is one of probably the best TV characters ever. It's hilarious.
I always enjoyed Eugene Levy.
And he is super funny, yeah. So you have to there's a whole segment of it that you just have to ignore, but it is comic genius. It's so funny. But,
I didn't know much about her career other than that. The early stuff. So
it's good stuff. But I don't know. So it was really busy Groundhog Day. I ran all day long. Busy.
It was my day off and it was busy, but I'm not going to get into it. So we'll
you
just
had
let
an
it be.
exciting thing happen.
I did.
Over the weekend?
It was Sunday after church.
Did you guys know it was?
We knew.
You knew.
Yeah, we knew.
Yeah.
For those that don't know, my son Rylan got engaged on Sunday.
That's so exciting.
So I mean, she knew it was coming.
Had a feeling.
I mean, it was all the signs were there. Her dad had said, "Yeah, Rylan wants to take me to dinner." Well, good job, Dad.
Dad.
But she didn't know when, and he had kind of messed with her a little bit about saying, "Well, there's going to be some dry runs, some what do you call it, false, like I'm going to take you to the park,
smoking.
I'm going to
go hiking.
Yeah, and so she was she was convinced there were going to be a few of those early on, and so they came to the early church gathering, and then went to brunch at the mill.
Oh, that's good.
And and then her friend's a photographer, and so she was there, the whole deal. Just the things that we didn't do. At least I didn't do that.
My engagement story is hilarious.
Yeah, it didn't happen that way.
It's like, you want to get married? Yeah, okay, here's a ring.
Yeah.
That's how wedding photos were, too. They were not, I laugh about my wedding photos.
Got a Polaroid.
I easily could have been married in, 1992, because that's what my wedding photos look like. But then it was just the cusp of the breakout.
Yeah. If you would have been 5 years later, you would have had a lot of expectations.
Been a totally different deal.
A lot of expectations.
Became such a big part of it. Very much big part of it.
I was married in 95.
Yeah.
So.
I was married in 98. Well, so it was none of that.
The wedding pictures that I mean, from when my parents got married are the same as mine. And then all of a sudden it changed. The wedding industry blew up.
I was going to say, back when I got married,
Starbucks did.
We got married in a church.
Yeah.
There were no wedding. I mean, there were wedding venues, but there were.
Really.
Now they're everywhere.
There was a distinct change when the elder relatives started smiling in pictures because everyone used to look very stern.
Nobody knew. I mean, think about that. I mean, it's interesting. You get older. older, you sort of go, like, history compresses itself.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, the 1800s were not as long ago, as far ago as I used to think they were. I mean, it's not that.
And now kids are looking at us. So we're dinosaurs born in the 1900s.
Yeah, I know, right? But, so, I mean, you think about it, photography was new.
Yeah.
People didn't know what they were supposed to do.
Yeah.
In pictures.
Early on,
we
they
now have decided we're supposed to smile, but that's just what we've decided to do.
Probably afraid their soul was going to get stolen there for a while.
There's a lot of people that still think.
A lot of people don't know this, but they used to dress up the deceased, and take one last picture with your dead uncle sitting right there in the chair next to you, propped up,
coffins. The glass coffins and
with a bell.
But even more recent than that, movies have only been around for 100 years.
Right.
That is true.
So you think about the people that were making movies in the 30s and the 40s and 50s.
They didn't know what they were doing.
No, it was all an experiment.
Even up to the 60s and 70s, they're inventing new movies.
That's a valid point.
We still are now, but it doesn't feel like it.
No, it doesn't feel new at all. It just feels like crap heated up again.
But
no, it's wild.
Old spaghetti is what movies feel like now.
It's all new.
Yeah. So it was a fun thing. So
are they going to get married soon, or is it going to be a long engagement period?
They're and that's the other thing is the wedding preparation expectations have already. Yeah, she's got two older. She's the youngest of four, but two sisters, and so
she's
anyway,
not like the first in her family.
No, she's the last one.
That can make a big difference.
Yeah. So I think they're ready. They're ready to get her out of the house. No, I'm just kidding. That was a joke. That was the joke that I said to her mom. She looked at me almost offended. I was like, I was joking.
I was joking. I'm not weird, I promise.
This is the relationship I have with your daughter, too. It's always sarcasm. And so
I'm good-natured.
Preacher brain. I'm tired. I just,
Oh, that's the other thing.
Yeah, it was like, it was
when you're a preacher...
Yeah.
You got to make the decision. Like, is the dad preacher going to do the
I'm doing it. I'm doing it. But that was an interesting conversation.
Yeah, that is. That's kind of weird. Yeah.
Dad, I didn't know if you would want to or just want to enjoy the wedding. And I said, well, son, I want what you guys want.
Yeah, you tell me.
You tell me. There is zero pressure. I'm free. So there is that.
I'll put it in my calendar and prepare a little something.
But the other side of that was, I said, I'm not doing your premarital counseling.
Ew, no. I have a funny story on that.
Because I am the reason for all your problems, and you need to be able to speak freely to somebody else about all that. Like, how messed up your family was. Well, how messed up your family was, and how your two messed up families are going to come together. Like,
and you're going to
make a new messed up
family.
I mean, I would be happy to do that, but I'll probably, be a little bit biased.
Yeah, that was a really awkward situation for me because I was the first granddaughter to get married on the side of the pastor grandfather. So obviously I wanted Pop to do our wedding.
The ceremony,
and so he was like, okay, well, I'm going to send you and Jesse to so-and-so to do premarital counseling that we had no connection to.
Yeah, that's the hard part.
That didn't go well.
Yeah. The good thing is I've got connections with other people that he has connections with. Right.
Yeah, because that should be somebody that you have at least some experience with that knows you.
Some mutual trust.
And that was the most awkward hour of my entire life.
I can see that going both ways. Sometimes it's nice to be with somebody you don't know because now it's just easy to get it all out on the table.
Yeah. But. And so I went back to Pop, and me and Jesse collectively looked at each other and were like, we're not doing that.
We're not going back.
So we went back to Pop and we're like, Pop, we're not doing that again. That didn't work at all. And it wasn't like it irritated Jesse and I with each other. It was just extremely awkward. And so he was like, okay, well, and then we did a little kitchen table session.
I've always felt like all the things that happen, come up like this is what we do, start a year or two after I'm gone.
Like what?
Like premarital
counseling.
Yeah,
you didn't have it?
You didn't have it?
We did that stuff.
I was getting ready to ask, what was the best takeaway you guys had from your premarital?
It's like a couple years after that. It's like, oh, now everybody's premarital counseling. Like, oh, well, we are.
I bet there's a lot of people not doing that.
Well, I mean,
I'm sure there are. I refuse to do a ceremony unless somebody does at least 4 sessions. In fact, I'm starting.
Oh, interesting.
I'm starting one tonight.
I think
session 1 with somebody.
Oh, interesting. Very interesting.
And I mean, I don't mean to be totally mercenary about this, but I almost think your goal in premarital counseling should be talk them out of getting married. To some extent.
Yeah.
Not that you want them to not get married, but they need to know all the reasons why they shouldn't. And if they haven't considered those things, they probably shouldn't get married.
Yeah. A lot of it is chipping away false expectation.
There you go.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's kind of bringing out what are your expectations, what are yours, and then parsing which ones are worth keeping and which ones need to go in the bin because there's just a lot of false expectation, and you're like, oh wow, she's about to really disappoint you, because she can't do that. She won't be able, So
I think if you're doing good premarital counseling, probably 1 out of 5, 1 out of 6 should probably tap out at some point and go, yeah, you're right, we shouldn't get married.
I'll say this: I can think of one that I was on the verge of saying, I think this is a really bad idea. And I didn't, and I regret that, because they are a divorce case.
Yeah,
and I'm still friends with them. It's like they don't hold a grudge against me.
Well, and I
certainly did.
Stepping out of your lane.
It is
faster, right.
I definitely uncovered some things, but
if you show them all those things and they're proceeding wide-eyed, knowing all of that.
I'm not God, but I am,
stepping in and making
but that is definitely a part of it, and that's a really hard one when you're sitting across from two people going, I think this is a big mistake.
Yeah, I'll bet it is.
I think a lot of problems are movies and television have set expectation of roles and marriages,
or Instagram,
all
or
the
Facebook.
way from the Disney princess movies to Desperate Housewives and everything in between those things. I think there's a lot of expectations of what marriage is, and really not even just marriage, roles as adults.
Roles is a big, big part of it.
The roles and just what it's like to be an adult. Mm-hmm. I think a lot of people are trapped in, well, this is what I like to do, and there is a maturing that is not happening.
Sure.
You think?
And a lot... Yeah, and I think there's a lot of that in society. Like we are raising kids to be adults.
We're supposed to be
celebrating them as kids for eternity. And there's all these jokes about how the 40-year-olds, like when my mom was 40, they looked like they were 60, and it wasn't because they aged that much. It was because the way they
Hairspray,
dressed and hairspray and hairstyles and things like that.
And we now look at that as an older hairstyle, so
there's
some bias in
there's some bias in that. And so and then you have like my generation of 40-year-olds who still look like we're 30, and but some of that comes from the fact that there's
hair dye
and different styles of clothes, but some of that
I'm on a roll.
There's some lack of adulting, and I'll say that 100% about my own generation. There's some maybe, and it may just be I can't win in this society, so I'm backing up. You know what I mean? I don't know. Yeah. It's kind of interesting.
A little bit.
It is, because a marriage is a partnership.
It's got to be
the person you want to live with, and you spend every day. You should.
The Bible says, well, the two shall become one.
Yeah, you spend every day together, and I've been lucky to have a wonderful marriage, and I don't take that for granted, because
I wouldn't say you're lucky. I would say that you're committed to having a wonderful marriage. That's the difference. It's like, that's that expectation, right? It's like we'll just be in love, and it'll become this, and it's like, no, this is hard work. And you're gonna work through some uncomfortable moments, and it's gonna be worth it in the end. Doesn't mean it's gonna be easy in the end, but it's gonna be wonderful.
Here's one from Beth, and I remember my mom talking about this. We had to do blood tests too. Do they still do?
Oh, they don't. No,
they have not done those in years.
They gotta make sure you're not cousins.
What was the point of that? Was that? Is that it?
It was for like STDs, wasn't it?
I don't know.
No, I do think maybe it was relations.
Relations? Is that what it was?
Yeah. I don't know. I could be.
Yikes!
I'm not sure they could. They didn't have DNA back then.
I was going to say, how would it?
Maybe it was sickness.
I think it was for sickness.
Maybe it was.
I think it was.
Make sure you don't have hemophilia or something.
Yes.
Wild. Yeah.
I don't know, and I could see that being for.
The interesting thing about
another one I can think of.
That is marrying your first cousin is illegal in many states, Missouri included.
So we got that one right, but not Arkansas.
Not Arkansas.
No, Arkansas. It's illegal in Arkansas. You know where it's legal?
California.
All them West Coast states, East Coast liberal places, legal. You can marry your cousins there.
Jeez.
Yeah.
So many thoughts.
In
anyway.
general, if you can't marry your cousin, or don't marry your cousin.
You don't do it. You can.
That's a pastor. You do it. Go ahead.
That's one I would say. I'm not doing this one.
No, I think I'm a little.
Well, I've performed a few marriage ceremonies, either as a judge or as an elder or whatever, the one thing I always say in that is like, if you're coming into your marriage, marrying someone you think you're expecting someone else, them to make you happy. That's why you're getting married. You're doing it.
It ain't gonna work.
You got to marry someone that the reason you're marrying them is because you are committed for the rest of your life to making them happy.
Yes.
Your goal is to make them happy. And if you've got two people whose sole goal is to make the other person happy, you're going to be fine. Mm-hmm. But if you're in it for yourself, it's not going to work.
It's not going to work.
Not
or it won't work smoothly.
Yeah. You can make it work. It'll be miserable.
Yep. And it's tough. And I mean, there's so many more outside influences than there used to be on marriages that, I mean, it's extra complicated now. I really think it is.
Yeah, no, it is. Yeah.
But
yeah.
I also think there's a lot less people default getting married too.
Yeah, it's
now.
It's very optional.
Yeah. Very optional.
Where it used to not be very optional.
Marriage,
I mean, if there was shenanigans going on, y'all are getting married. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So
I do very much.
Yeah.
No, marriage is viewed very differently, and people are afraid of it, so they don't. They hold off, and it's interesting how it's changed in my lifetime.
It's changed a lot. And my generation was very much told, wait to get married, don't get married young, don't have kids young, go pave your way, move out, start your career. And I think that was a mistake.
Yeah, because
it was the same as telling everyone to go to college. You can't put this default path for the masses.
Well, I think the intention is you'll be more certain of who you are, more mature. But the reality is, you'll probably become more self-centered, right?
Will.
And at that point, what Will was talking about, you're just going to bring two people that have learned how to do life on their own together, and now they're going to try to do it. So
learn to do life together is easier.
It is.
It is. I feel like Jesse and I became adults together. Like we were we did. I mean, we got married 23 and 24, but we were legitimately together 22, 23.
Sure.
And I'm glad that we waited to have kids until later. I think that was better for him and I. Yeah. It's not better for everybody, but it was better for him and I. And I look back on those years, and they were by far the most stressful, but weren't
they the most wonderful though?
Great.
I mean, come on.
Young and married and on the same page, and honestly, no kids. Like, the children are wonderful. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. No, we went 5 years before we.
Yeah, that's 6. I think we were 6 years. There is a freedom of that life that is amazing. Yep. It's awesome.
We went 3 years before kids, but now we're on the other side of that. Yeah. So now we're home with no kids.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
Frankly, even better. It's better.
Yeah. You can't date anyone without worrying about a lawsuit.
That's about right. Sadly.
Lawyers.
Oh wow.
I went on a date, then he sued me. What does that mean?
Oh, it's not good. Yeah. Anyway.
But I see a resurgence of young people getting married. Yeah. And I think, and maybe that's the circles I'm in, but I think that's wonderful. I'm excited.
Yeah, I think it's definitely happening, and I don't think it's a bad thing. I mean, let's face it, the biological clock really is ticking, and those passions are strong, and so why put it off?
So we need strong families to have strong communities. We need strong communities to have strong governments and all that stuff.
Absolutely.
And if we're not having families, then nothing else really matters. We're not going to succeed.
Correct. And it is complicated because I am definitely not one to encourage my kids to date and have relationships in high school. I think that's very tricky.
Yeah.
And so it is a little hard of a balance. I'm not even sure how to approach that, to be like, I really don't want you dating in high school, but I also don't want you waiting to 35 to get married. It's hard. I don't know how to, because, I don't know. I do know people who have been together since middle school. I 100% know that. They got together and they were married and they've been, together forever now. But that's not the norm. And so it's hard.
No, yeah, it is hard.
High school dating, I have very complicated feelings about.
We did it, really encourage our kids. We didn't say you can't date in high school.
That's not going to go well.
But we were very matter of fact about saying, listen, do not get into these dating relationships in high school where you're acting like you're married. And just so you know, while other parents are going to be all about a relationship with the relationship their kid's in, we're going to be very hands off. So, you're not inviting them over for family Christmas or birthday parties or anything we're not doing this. We're not acting like we're all married. And it was different. We knew we were not the new norm, but we were fine with that.
I'm there with you on that.
Your family when you're family.
Your family when you're family. And even my soon-to-be daughter-in-law, I mean, really, the relationship switched on Sunday. I mean, they've been dating 3 years, but still, it was like, you're my daughter now. I mean, that didn't happen until Sunday. and there was always that little bit of distance, and so that's just the way we did it, and I'm glad we did it because our kids didn't do a lot of dating in high school, and quite frankly, most of the high school dating is really unhealthy right now.
Statistically, that's not going to work out, and again, like it's back to the urges. I mean, you're lying to yourself if you're saying it's going to be easy to get through high school without certain things happening, and there's a whole lot of reasons why it's good to not do that. And so, but it's harder and harder to get kids to buy into that, I think.
Well, especially with so many anti-messaging against it.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Anyway, but I don't know. It's really hard. I think about that a lot with the girls, and I think, too, you wouldn't be able...
You will think about it even more as it comes up.
Just so glad I only had
Stay
sons.
away from my daughters.
Real.
There's a famous story. I was talking to Jesse the other day. I played my freshman year of golf on the golf team. I was the only girl. And there was a day of golf that did not go well with the older boys on the team. And it resulted in some shenanigans with me, and I got tackled, and I got in the car, and I told Mom what happened. And these were not my friends on the golf team.
Right.
My friends on the golf team were always right there with me. They're still my friends today. Mm-hmm. But there was some pretty bad shenanigans one day, and I got in the car, and my mom said, "You need to tell your dad." Of course, I'm a freshman in high school. And, so
he's in law, and he's in
dad the judge.
Oh yeah.
He's would have been a lawyer at the time. Okay. I don't think he was judging. Definitely not prosecuting at the time. But so I got home, and JR happened to be home from college too that day, and so I walked in the door and I told Dad what happened, and I've never seen my father move so fast.
Oh, I can imagine.
And our house,
somebody's door got knocked on real quick.
Oh, it happened immediately.
Yeah.
We were in the truck flying to the
golf
course.
You went with them.
Oh yeah. And we went to the golf course.
Hi, Aaron.
They saw the truck flying down through the road.
They were scattering like roaches.
They were scattering like roaches. I saw my dad levitate and run at the same time. And
wow.
I mean, I don't know what was said in the clubhouse, but I would not want to have been there. And I'm pretty sure that's why no one ever asked me out on a date the rest of high school. And I'm not even joking.
Yeah.
I think it was like, don't mess with her.
Yeah.
And, maybe Jesse needs to have take that same route. Don't mess with the Brook girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I will say it made me happy when I learned from my daughter that she would say, "Dad, all the guys in high school say you're jacked. You're so."
That is true. Yeah.
Yeah, and like he scares me.
Yeah.
It makes me laugh because like if you know me and my personality, I'm not very scary. But
no, you're not.
I had them fooled anyway.
That's all it takes.
Yeah.
They've seen me coach and they've seen me in the gym. They're like, "I've seen your dad in the gym. He's crazy." You got it. You want that. So.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, and it is interesting because you're right. And I'm not like dogging on this opinion, but there are a lot of that kind of encouragement for these families to be involved in these high school relationships.
Well, and even encouragement towards things that I deem to be inappropriate.
Yeah,
it's like why would you want your kids involved in that?
I don't know.
It's not going to end well, and so anyway.
It's very complicated, and everyone looks back on their parenting, and I would assume assesses like, okay, I made some mistakes here, I did some things good here, and it's not easy for anybody. It's just
no, it's not easy. You do your best, and yeah,
and then sometimes you do your best, and the things still don't work out.
Listen,
that happens.
Yeah, I've tell people all the time there is no formula, there's no recipe. I've seen really horrible parenting produce some really stellar kids and people. Yes. Yeah, and then I've seen some really good parenting with a child or two that just went and did their own thing, and I'll never sit back and make a judgment, because we're all out there. Like I started with the joke, like I can't do your premarital counseling. I'm responsible for most of your screwed upness.
Yes, well, and coming from that, like I said, just get someone they know.
Well, thanks. Noted.
Yeah.
Thankfully,
that was the most awkward hour of my life.
The pastor of the church that she's been attending is also the church that he interned for, and this guy mentored him, and he's going to approach him today and say, "Would you do this?" So,
well, I'm happy.
I think that's where we're at.
Weddings are an exciting thing. Yeah. Weddings are fascinating.
I didn't answer your question, so they're shooting for maybe July.
Okay, so
trying to keep it quick, but they also know 5 months is a really short time, and they're up against finding a venue and all these these things, and they're trying to keep it pretty simple. They they don't have the money to do a $50,000 wedding.
Holy guacamole!
So, which seems to be another one of those high expectations that people need to get rid of. But
magical wedding.
Anyway, so I think it'll be sooner rather than later.
Weddings are
here we go.
I love weddings. They bring out the most interesting facets of people's personalities. What you think is going to happen doesn't happen.
Yeah.
So weddings, funerals, all the big family events, they are fascinating glimpses into humanity.
Yeah.
It's mind-blowing. It's a hoot.
Yeah, I did a funeral on Saturday, and then Sunday my son gets engaged. I've done countless weddings because I was a youth pastor, so you spend time with these teenagers, and then they call you a couple years into college and like, hey, I'm getting married. Can you do the ceremony? And so I don't even know how many I've done, but I've only done, I think this was my 5th funeral ever.
Oh, wow.
So I know people way younger than me, pastors that have done far more funerals. I just haven't. I think because I was a youth pastor.
Yeah.
And then I planted a church, and so I didn't exactly have an older congregation as I planted a church.
That lends itself.
So,
Beth said earlier, a boy came to pick up my daughter for a date one evening. My husband was cleaning his hunting rifle in the front room when he showed up. It was a one-time date. Never asked her out again.
Perfect.
Nice.
Classic.
It worked like a charm.
Classic.
Evidently, my daughter's bringing some boy home this weekend that he wants to ask me something. So, can I date your daughter? I assume.
Holy guacamole!
Yeah, I'm in a weird.
You're in a weird
stage.
Phase, dude.
It's odd. It's odd, but it is what it is.
Well, it's melting out there. That's
Woohoo!
some warm weather.
It is melting.
And it's crazy after it being as cold as it is. If it's like 40 degrees, I'm like, God, it's hot.
It feels balmy.
I did a little work in my landscaping yesterday.
Yeah.
And
your truck's full of stuff.
Yeah, did you see it?
It's pretty funny.
A couple box bushes that I hate.
Out on the boxwoods. I don't like
I hate them.
I don't
So
like
I had reason to take them down. So I couldn't have got them out. I couldn't have got the saw out any quicker. Those need to go.
Okay,
done.
bye.
Yep.
Yeah, that's how Jesse is about my daffodils. Once they've flowered, he's like, so I can mow them now?
Yeah.
I'm like, God, Jesse, let them breathe stuff, man.
For real, though.
Can I mow all these? I'm like, no, stop mowing my flowers.
Yeah. But anyway, I was sweating. I had a zipped hoodie on, and I'm like taking that off. I was down to short sleeves. What was it, 48 degrees? And it felt like a heat wave.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did.
And it's kind of unusual for us to have snow on the ground this long. A lot of times in the winter we'll have snow, and then it'll warm up 40, 50 degrees, and most of it melts off.
It'll be gone by the weekend.
$high weddings, forget it. Yeah, I knew what you meant.
Yeah. I like that. I support Beth's advice.
Even the honeymoon, I'd rather you spend it on the honeymoon. Go, make that a bigger deal than the wedding day itself.
Jesse and I had the goofiest honeymoon. Go ahead, Will.
No, I was just saying, I have said before, and I don't know if I should say this again, but there's this trend to have these big blowout, $100,000 destination weddings and make the wedding event such a big deal. And somebody was talking about that one time. I said, well, if there's nothing left to make your marriage special, you've got to do something.
Yeah.
Because you've not saved anything for being married. So you got to have a big wedding, or else it's just a non-event.
Yeah, right.
And I think that's got a lot to do with
it. Yeah, that is interesting. That's an interesting point.
Yeah, you're trying to make something
out of it because you've not saved anything special for when you're married.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So the event's got to be the event.
The event's got to be the event because there's nothing else coming.
Yeah, that's right.
That's interesting. That's an interesting point.
Yeah. I'm sure we sound like people. I'm sure we sound like we probably sound like a bunch of dinosaurs, but I'm telling you, it's just reality.
That does make sense. I mean, I think that could be for sure the behind the scenes thing that maybe led to at least some people love throwing events too and spending money. But
I really am. I am seeing a trend where we have a lot of younger people that are adopting some more traditional values now, and I think it's because they've seen the generations ahead of them just kind of throw it away, and I think they've put two and two together and say, no, I think the old timers were onto something here, and I say more of it. I'm glad to see it.
It's good.
I was thrilled, talking to my future daughter-in-law, and she's like, yeah, we want to have a short engagement because one of my mentors told me the temptations only go up from here, and I'm like, nope, that's exactly right, and I'm glad to hear you guys talking that way. So it just holding to some of those traditional values that seem to be out the window. They're not. They're coming back.
Yep.
That's
Well, they're
it's
proven.
good.
They're proven. It's not that they're old; it's that they're true.
Well, and I think when you have such glaringly non-traditional things being crammed down your throat, I think the people who don't just want to run with the herd are going to push back a little bit further.
And that's what
say,
I'm seeing.
I don't need that, which is good.
A lot of pushback, and it's
That's good.
More of it.
We have all
Yeah.
had longer marriages than most.
Yeah.
That's right. That's true.
Indeed.
And
31 years this year.
I think
28 for me.
I think that it's. I couldn't tell you what it is for me. No, I've been together with Jesse for 20 years. I think we're coming up on 8. I think it'll be 18 in November.
18.
I think that's what it is. Yeah,
You
that's.
born in 2008?
Yeah, married in 2008.
That was easy math. I was born in 98, and I
Yeah.
said 28 years. So.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Mental math. That's
Married
another thing
in
the
08.
kids don't know anymore. Mental math.
Yep. So yeah, it's been a wonderful. Like I said, I feel so lucky. I told Jesse the other day the best thing that's ever happened to me is you and I being together, and like it's. I just believe that to my core. So, and the thing is like you get to find that person if you let that happen. You know, you can.
Yeah.
You put the work, and you're both committed. So it's
Very
good
good.
stuff.
And
Good stuff.
Who knew today would be a marriage
Dive
seminar?
into marriage.
Seminar,
Yeah.
We
Thanks,
did good.
Rylan, for getting engaged. So
Yeah,
I'm sure
good
they're
job,
watching.
Rylan.
We
Shariana, we wish you the best.
So
finally figured out who my daughter-in-law is.
that was so funny yesterday. And then, as soon as I said it, it was one of those classic, okay, for our audience, the vast audience that's listening to us, it's normal for me to go to Cafe Cubano on Mondays in Springfield because if I'm in Springfield and I want coffee, they're open, and not all the coffee shops in Springfield are open on Mondays. So JR and I walk in, and the girl that works there, what's her name? Sammy. I knew that.
Yeah.
So the girl that works there has often looked familiar to me, but I couldn't place where, right? And so as I sit down, here comes your son, Jack, out of the back with his boots and like a jacket or something in his hand, just like I'm
Like he
walking
lives
out
there?
of my bedroom, like I'm just dressed. And I go, you sleeping here now? And then, of course, I don't think, talked to Sammy. I've probably seen her at things. And then I look over and I'm like, oh, this is why she looks familiar. And Jack was like, I was changing in the back.
Don't hassle me.
And then I
girl.
got to thinking, I was like, that's Mike, the guy who owns Cafe
Yeah.
Cubano, kind of smirked. And I got to thinking, that sounds really bad to like a young wife when this older woman, and I'm going to call myself a cougar, is like, oh, you're sleeping here now? And I'm like, oh, that could have had other connotations. I didn't even cross my mind. I'm
So
laughing.
naive.
Boy.
That's so innocent.
Catholic Cubano on East Sunshine.
So if I offended Sammy, I really didn't mean to.
It's probably all right.
It just looked funny.
I've been there a couple times, and they do have a good cup of coffee.
I get the
and,
cafe con leche. That's my jam.
Yeah, see, that's to me any kind of Latin American. It's got to get the cafe con leche. Just
I like
basic, but then their Cubano sandwich is
I-
pretty good.
During COVID, I had this moment of discovery. And to be fair, the name was Country Girls for a long time, and I
Right.
never went there because the name didn't make sense to me.
Right. Yeah.
During the desperate COVID morning, when a lot of stuff is closed and I'm right before the daycare shut down, I'm like, I'm so hungry and I need coffee. And I just dropped the kids off. I'm like, I'm going to go to that coffee place. And it's in a different spot than
That
it
place
used to
that
be.
I've refused to go.
I roll in and
You're like, dang it, it's good.
I'm like, what should I get? And he's like, get a breakfast sandwich with the pork and pepper jack. And so I got that and a con leche.
I've had that. That is good.
Breakfast sandwich, the roasted pork, pepper jack, egg.
I
and
want
was
that
hooked.
right now.
And I said, I don't care about the
It's a short
name.
trip.
Can I get Uber Eats out
I
here?
don't know, maybe.
And I want that right now. That sounds so good. And so
good.
Mike's had me since then. That's been, I was like, I'm in.
All right.
Because, there was the trend of the girls in bikinis hanging out at coffee
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
And I didn't understand that it was Mike.
It's just Mike.
It's just Mike, and he's never in a bikini.
Thank goodness.
And now it's Cafe Cubano.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very good. All right, we're going to shut her down. It's 8:30. We did a show, and we'll be back next week. More Waffle.
guys.
See ya.
Peace.